Hi everyone, welcome back to Coffee, Books, and Rain. I'm Rachel, and yes, coffee is currently with me. Now, I am currently drinking some decaf, but I have just finished my D&D session with my friends, so it is a bit later in the evening on a Sunday. Probably not the best time to be drinking some caffeinated coffee, just simply because I do have work tomorrow pretty early in the morning, and I wanted to get a couple episodes done for you guys to have ready for this week, and I just don't know when else I'm going to have the time to record and all that sort of fun stuff. So, with all of that being said, we are going to dive into a book that I finished yesterday called A Pirate's Life for Tea. Now, it is really cute. I'm going to put it over here, as I do. Now, this is the second book of Tomes and Tea. I have really grown to love cozy literature. Now, when I say literature, I am not talking about things that I will say. Literature to me is books that will be taught in our English classes through college and high school in the future. Literature classes are the things that are going to set the standard, in my personal opinion, for creating a framework of, these are the things that kind of fit the rubric of what fits quote unquote classic literature. However, I am a personal big fan of cozy literature. Cozy literature being the things that just make you feel good when you read them, that do not take a lot of mental bandwidth, that just feel really comfortable and nice and do not often take a ton of energy to read. They just feel enjoyable to be able to go through and pass along. And I think that in itself has merit. Now, that is completely up to you whether that has validity, but that is okay. I do have a master's degree in English literature and composition. That is okay, however you define your terminology for literature. I personally just feel that literature in itself has a subjectiveness, which is why I love it so very much. That's why I could never do math as kind of a focus of study, because I think 2 plus 2 equals 4 in pretty much most cases. However, no two people read the same sentence the same way. And I really like that. I like the fact that we're all going to get something different out of reading the same thing. And that's okay. That is exactly what writing is there for. And that is why we write, and that is why we read, and that is why we continue to create. At least that's my hope. But A Pirate's Life for Tea is technically the second book by Rebecca Thorne for Tomes and Tea. Now, I didn't review book number 1, but I'm truly tempted to go back to book number 1 because this book was so incredibly cute. I love Bookshops and Bone Dust. I love Legends and Lattes, and that's why I think this book came along for me, because it fits right into that vein of fitting into that sort of cozy literature fantasy vibe. It says on Goodreads that it's a mystery, but I don't really know if I would categorize it as a mystery. It is LGBTQ. It is lesbian. There are definitely pirates. It does have some lesbian pirates, so just please be aware. I feel like the diversity is there, and I truly love that they are very all-encompassing and loving with the character development and the character inclusion that they have. I love seeing that they really do not discriminate against the types of relationships that they include. And it's so very lovely and loving. The relationships are so very cute. But let me just dive in a little bit into the summary before we just talk a little bit about it. While searching for some stolen dragon eggs, newly engaged couple Chianthe and Rhaena find themselves smack dab in the middle of a swashbuckling love story. Bum, bum, bum. Who doesn't love a good swashbuckling love story? On one side is Serena, a failed farmer turned river pirate. Hang on, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Her booty, wheat, grains, and the occasional jar of imported tea leaves. It's quite the embarrassment to the powerful lord of the Nacion River, and he'll conscript anyone to bring her to justice, especially Chianthe, the elemental mage who's just crashed his party, and her somewhat scary fiancé. Begrudgingly, the couple joins forces with Bobby, one of Arion's constables, who happens to be Serena's childhood friend. Bobby is determined to capture the pirates before anyone else, but it would be a lot easier if Serena didn't Let me fix my crown a little bit. There we go. Bobby is determined to capture the pirates before anyone else, but it would be a lot easier if Serena didn't absolutely loathe her now. If Chianthe and Rhaena watch this relationship shipwreck from afar, it quickly becomes apparent that these disaster lesbians need all the help they can get. Luckily, matchmaking is Rhaena's favorite pastime. The dragon eggs may have to wait. So, with all of that being said, this book released in February 23 of 2023. Now, I received an audiobook as on NetGalley just recently, so I feel as though I don't remember when it was actually due for review or publication. But I feel as though it was due sometime in September or early October, but I don't know if that was for the audiobook or if it was for maybe a Kindle or a paper edition. So I'm not 100% positive on what edition I was sent an ebook for review in order for my feedback. So I did receive a NetGalley copy in order to provide my honest feedback. Now, my honest feedback, again, I loved it. I thought it was super cute. I love when there's I don't really often love romance books, and I don't often gravitate towards romance books, but when it's cozy, when it's cutesy, when it's something that reminds me of Legends and Lattes, when it's something that reminds me of Bookshops and Bone Dust, I will 100% pick it up with the hopes that I get those same cozy vibes. And I definitely feel like I did. I feel like the relationships were pretty on point. Now, yes, there is just a little bit of tension, but all in the appropriate ways. We need a little bit of building in order to get where we're going. Sorry. Probably just from me sneezing, so I do apologize. My allergies have been acting up this season as we turn into these fall seasons, even though the weather has been absolutely weirdly summery. It has been very warm this week, and I'm hoping that as of next week we will start rotating into the fall season a bit more aggressively. But back to the book. It seems as though Rebecca Thorne is, she's a proud member of the LGBTQIA community, as according to her biography within the Goodreads community. And so I really love the fact that she embraces that within her books, and I really love seeing that level of diversity in her books as well. I feel like by having that more prevalent in a lot of books on the shelves, and by having that to become more of a norm in the books, we're just going to be able to see that as a slice of life. In the past, I feel like so frequently people were jaded by it, or sadly, they thought, and I will say that people in my periphery viewed it as having it forced down their throats. And I hate to say it in that respect, but that's how they termed it when they spoke about it. In my personal perspective, I have always loved hearing the voices of other people, and I have loved being able to understand how other people view the world. And I think having this exposure and having more voices in literature and being on the forefront of cozy literature, fantasy literature, and all of the other realms, fiction, fantasy, everything, sci-fi, only just continues the conversation of making it more of a norm. There is no forced agenda of any kind. They are simply speaking their own truth. They are making it a norm. They are simply making it available for those who want to read it. And I personally love to read it. I love to hear the voices of those around me. And so with all of that being said, this voice and this book made me feel so incredibly cozy and cute. They really have a Robin Hood sort of vibe when it comes to standing up for the people who cannot stand up for themselves against the people in the higher powers. The ones who do have power sometimes have to pay off the ones who are even in higher power above them. And so, all of that being said, I think the pirate's life could have been for me. I just don't think I'm a badass enough or hard enough to really do those sorts of things. But to each their own. I think I'm a little bit more of a glamping sort of girl rather than camping. But somebody did ask me to go camping the other week, and I was just like, I had to decline because I don't own any camping gear. And my ex-husband, he was the one who had all of the camping gear, so I don't own anything with regards to actually camping. So that's just, like, I would have to get a cabin because I need a bed to sleep in. I need my pillows. I need, I need comfort. I don't know if I could really sleep on the ground again. I think I'm beyond that at this point. But it does seem as though this book is getting pretty good reviews. I hope it continues to get really good reviews. And with all of that being said, I hope you will go out and read A Pirate's Life for Tea by Rebecca Thorne. I do want to see just really quickly if I can find her first book in this particular series. So I'm going to click on her name on Goodreads just real quick and see if we can find her first book within this series. Let's see. And the first book is T.U. at the Altar. T-E-A-U at the Altar. So instead of see you at the altar, it's T-U at the altar. So that's kind of cute. Oh wait, no, that's number 3. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's kind of cute. Sorry. That's adorable. Sorry, I completely misunderstood that one. So the first one is can't spell treason without T. So I do apologize for getting that incorrect, but that also makes me excited for the third one because I'm always looking forward to these cozy reads. And they do go very quickly. Now, this one is about I think it was somewhere around 300 pages on my Kindle reader. I did have the ebook, and I think I had maybe the audiobook as well, but I feel like it went so quickly. I feel like I just like binged it so fast, and can't wait for the next one. But anyway, if you're looking for the first one in the series, it is called Can't Spell Treason Without T. And the second one, the one we just finished reviewing, is A Pirate's Life for Tea. So, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope I will see you guys on the next page. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye.